Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be reviewing this. No, it's not crystal meth, it's balance beads. So I've got here 2 ounces of balance beads that are used for the rear wheel in my motorcycle. The amount of ounces that you use will be determined by the width of your motorcycle. However, for most people it's going to be 2 ounces for the rear and 1 ounce for the front. So this video I'm going to be reviewing these balance beads. They are to make the tyre on the motorbike balance. So when you ride it, it's perfectly smooth without causing any undue bouncing around. So most motorcycle wheels are balanced at the motorcycle shop using their fancy tools or using what's called a static balancer. So this is a static balancer up here, and I've used this to balance my tyre, and you put the rim in there and you spin it around and do all the fancy stuff. However, it's a little bit of an art to it, and you've got to get it right, and if you don't get it right the first time that you do it and you install that wheel on your bike and you find out then that the balance is off, you've then got to take the wheel off and do it all again. That's where these handy dandy balance beads come in, because they actually constantly rebalance your wheel. When you ride, they spread around the inside of your wheel and balance it perfectly every time. So this wheel is balanced using these weights, but if for whatever reason the weights fall off, or you don't get the right amount of weights, or they're not in the right spot, you will get a little bit of vibration happening on your wheel. So what's happened on my rear wheel is I've got the weights not exactly perfect. It's mostly perfect, but I think I need to add a little bit more weight, and to do that I would have to take it off and rebalance it. But because I've got these balance beads, I'm going to be giving them a go, and I'll give them a review to see how they go. I got these balance beads on eBay because they're not very common in Australia, and to get the balancing kit from the company was costing about $55 to get it shipped. But someone in Australia is selling these individual bags for $8.50, I think it was, including shipping. So I opted to get this. The company's called Counteract, that manufactures these, and they're like a glass bead. So this is a 2 ounce bag, so that's 2 ounces of balance beads by weight, or 60 grams. And then there's a valve cap and a replacement valve, Schrader valve in there. It does look a little bit different with the red part at the bottom, so I'm probably going to install that one because it makes sense to have a valve that doesn't let the balls get into the bottom of the valve to clunk it up. So I think that's why it's in there, but let's get this video cracking. This is a bit of a comparison to what a normal Schrader valve looks like and the one that's come with the kit. Usually when you buy the kit, you can buy the tools to go with it to be able to put the beads in your wheel. However, I didn't want to pay the $55 to get the full kit. So I'm going to be using this, well, primarily the tube and my compressor to be able to put the beads into the rear wheel. So I won't need the weights on here because the whole point of the beads is it does the balancing. So these come off. These are just those cheap iron weights. So the big ones are 10 grams and the little ones are 5 grams. So that's why there's so many on there. We don't have lead ones anymore, we've got these. I do have a tyre pressure monitoring system on my motorcycle. And it's obviously beeping now, but the plan is to keep using that afterwards. I'm hoping the balance beads are compatible with these, and I don't see why it wouldn't be. Remove the old valve and deflate the tyre. And you can see my tyre is flat. So with this in the 45 angle, I'm going to lock that in gear so it doesn't move. So the plan is to put a little bit of the beads at a time in this, get them in the tube, take this off, and then use my air compressor to blow them into the tyre. Now it's important you bleed any moisture out of this. So this is deliberately on a 45-degree angle so that it can go down. Let's start off with a little bit, see how it goes. Right, so I've just put this much in the tube there. Not much, you know, it's like 3 fingers. And now let's use the air compressor. that was really easy to get that in. So this is going to be a simple process. Well, I've just discovered I can actually just pour them in, and as long as I do it slow enough, and I can just wobble that and they're going in. So I don't even necessarily need that air compressor. I'll probably just use it if the tube gets clogged up, and that'll be about it. Wow, this is super easy. I don't know why so many people on the internet have troubles with this. Maybe they've got different brands, but these glass beads, they're just going straight in. And if you're looking for the solution, well, at least what I've used, it's this thing. So I think I got that from Super Cheap Auto in Australia. But, you know, it's probably a generic thing that you could find anywhere in most automotive parts store. And here's another view of those two valves. The red, well, the one with the red part on the bottom is the one that's come with the kit. So let's install that one. Looks just like a normal valve there. That's good. So we want to pump this up to, I don't know, 35 psi will do, or maybe 38. My personal preference is 38, so let's go with that. Let's put our tyre pressure monitoring system valve cap on there. Give that a spin. You can actually hear the beads rolling around inside there. So I don't know if this will actually work. It's coming up 0. But we'll go for a test ride and we'll see how it goes. So that's installing the beads and reinflating the tyre. It was super easy. I think anyone could do that. If you didn't have a compressor, you could probably do this whole process at a petrol station or a service station or a gas station, whatever you want to call them, and just do it there in the car park. As long as you can put those beads in the tyre, then you're not going to have a drama. And then just pump up your tyre again to the right PSI. But does this actually work? The beads are in there, the weights are off. Let's go for a ride.
Alright, so the first ride with balance beads. Let's have a feel now. It's super smooth. Oh, I should mention, when I had the weights on, it was slightly off. So between the speeds of 55 and 80, there was a little bit of a wobble, and I could feel it mostly in my foot peg, with my foot bouncing up and down. And you know, it was not right. That's why I got these balance beads. So I'm going 60 kilometers and there's no weird vibration in my foot. I'm not feeling anything abnormal whatsoever. The tire feels perfectly balanced. The TPMS has come up. I don't know why that took so long. Perhaps there's only a little bit of air or something going on there, but it's come up. It's compatible. So it is compatible with the tire pressure management system valve caps. That's really good. I'm really impressed with this. And honestly, I think I might just throw that static balancer away, because I couldn't believe how easy it was to get those beads into the tire. And it was, yeah, super easy. Much easier than the static one. Anyway. So, end of the review. Are balance beads good? Yes, big thumbs up. But I would give you a bit of a pro and con. The pros, super easy to do, always balanced. The wheel will never go out of balance. No matter how much you trash the wheel, it will always be fine. The con, it costs a little bit more to get the beads compared to the weights. Yeah, it's negligible, but it is a con. But the biggest con is that if you have a puncture in your tire and you use a puncture repair kit with those tube things that you push into the tire, you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, then you don't know. But anyway, then if you use one of them, they should only be used for emergencies anyway, but if you did end up using one of them, I think the beads would stick to that gunky stuff in the inside, and it would kind of like throw the balance out a lot, so you probably can't use them. Well, that's it for today's video on balance beads. They're great. I recommend them. As usual, keep safe out there on the road, stay on two wheels and not on your head, and I'll see you all next time. Laters.